Hello and welcome to another Delboy video, and today I'm continuing my gaming series where I've asked my friends to choose a game for me to play. Now, I've given them full reign to choose whatever game they want, but it must be able to be played on my little Mister console. I've done that because it's just easier for me to load in. It emulates loads and loads of classic type machines. And that's thousands and thousands of games, and it's easy to capture. And all I've told them is that I want to keep it a very short video if possible, so I don't want anything like with too complex controls. But other than that, they can choose a game that they just want me to see me play. They can choose a hidden gem, a game that they really love, or they could be complete, but they could be really difficult and just want to see me suffer in a game. And this time it's, I think, episode 15. Yeah, we're in round 2 of season 2. So yeah, we must be up to about 15 in. And that means it's my friend Mamemeister. And what a good friend he is. I remember going on his live show that he did the first time round, that he did for charity, and it got me sort of like interested in doing something in YouTube. Just under a year later I created this channel, so all swear words and reasons for not liking me, please send to my friend Alan Mamemeister. But I digress. I sent a text message to him, and he came back to me, and it was a bit of a surprise. Oh, well, a pretty big surprise, because there haven't been that many what I consider stalwart classics. I mean, ones that are held in high esteem. You know what I mean? There's been some great games. There's been some really classic, high up there games. But this one's pretty much considered pretty high. And it's on a machine that I only had for 6 months, so I don't actually have that big a nostalgia for this particular game. I've played it under emulation, and I've had great enjoyment out of it. And I played it back in the day when it first came out because my friends had ZX Spectrums. I didn't actually get to own this particular game until the Commodore equivalent came out, one on the VIC-20, and the one that I had just at that time was the Commodore 64. The VIC-20 came out quite late, believe it or not. So what game is he on about? I mean, what's he waffling on about? I mean, I'm sure you're going, can't you just get on with it, you daft sod? And the game we're talking about is Manic Miner on the ZX Spectrum, a game that came out in 1983, designed by Matthew Smith. And, you only have to sort of like put that into Google and you'll get thousands of bits of information in regards to Manic Miner. I knew later on that Matthew Smith actually, I think, has turned around and gone on record to say he made no money from it. He produced it under license for Bug Bite. It sold incredibly well. The license ran out, and he basically set up his own company, software projects. That's right, same year. And so therefore it wasn't the most circulated game that was out there until about 1984, because people were still buying the Bug Bite version. It's been ported to no end of machines, but unexpectedly, I did not expect to see a VIC-20 game version came out. I must admit, it surprised me. The Commodore 64 one is a bit lackluster, to be quite honest, and most people that have played many different versions of this game will still turn around and say the original is best. So when Mamemeister said, I want you to play the original, I even went to the point of making sure it's the Bug Bite version that I've got. And I'm a bit nervous, to be quite honest, because I've never turned around and said I was a great game player. Don't get me wrong. But if you're ever into sort of like classic computing or playing games on consoles or go back as far as I do, you really should be okay at this game. And so therefore I'm quite nervous because, again, the Spectrum was not my machine, and I've only really played it on machines other than the Spectrum. So this one's going to be a bit scary, I think. I remember the timings, you know what I mean? You've watched no end of people play this game, you know, and you've seen them go, oh, look, when those two birds meet in the middle, that's when you need to go across. And, oh, this is when this one's going down, you need to jump across and just run like crazy. All of those things, they're still in my head. Don't get me wrong. It's just, can I put those things to bed with me, you know, playing this? Because, like I say, the timings are different on different machines, different resolutions, and so forth. So I think we'll go to my game catcher. And there we go. Look, you can see the major screen there. Basically, it is a ZX Spectrum, which only had a speaker at the time. There was no YM chip for music. It's got a recognisable classical music, hasn't it? To be quite honest, in the game, it's in the Hall of the Mountain King. I think what you heard there was Peer Gynt, I think. Yeah. Anyway, there we are. It's flashing through some of the screens just to give you a bit of background. You've got 3 Miner Willies. He's in caverns. There is an oxygen supply which continues to tick down. He's got 3 lives, and he needs to pick up flashing objects that are in the caves. 20 caves, different creatures on different pages, and considered to be still pretty difficult, if not slightly easier now over time. But that doesn't take away the fact that I'm going to be absolutely shit at it. But anyway, let's get cracking, shall we? Let's see how bad I am. Press enter. There we go. Where's the keys? Right. There we are. So Q and W and shift. Okay. Move up there. So this is the classic first screen. Seen it being done a million times. Got that just about right. People used to have difficulty here hitting the stalagmites. There we go, and you usually just have to backpedal a little bit here. That's it. And then it should be a simple matter of dropping down. Everybody does it a little bit different. I've always done it that way, even when I was playing it on my friend's Spectrum back in 1983. Yeah, 1983, my God. Always was impressed by some of the sound effects that came out this game. Like that air going down when you've only got a beeper. See, I've done that wrong. That's it. Corrected myself just about. Gotta think about these things. That's it. Go the quick way down. also got to remember how many of these go all the way across the screen and how many gets sort of like stop a little bit. Oh, that was stupid of me. I got that. No! Very rusty on this. Oh. Still, I'm going to have more than one go. Did it again. Right. Let's go again then. Don't have too much time, so we really ought to sort of like say at some point, right, this is the point of no return, no more goes. Drop down here. Always a fun game to play though. I've never been disappointed playing this game. Ever. I've been disappointed with versions that have come out. Yes, I am thinking about you, the Amiga version. Ugh. Ugh, what an awful game. In fact, if there was one to avoid, I'd say that was one of them. It's funny though, I've never really been interested in sort of like lost levels and things. Nearly did it again then. Really must concentrate. Yeah, up there. Drop down. Jump out. Jump. Don't hit the stalagmite. Down. Right. Back to where we were. Used to be a friend of mine that always used to say, you gotta wait for the birds to wait in the middle. And that just proves that you didn't need to do that. So far better. Oh yeah, I remember this one. This one's just really a bit of a maze. Everybody does it differently. Or should I say a little bit differently. There aren't too many ways to do these things. Yeah, across there. Across there. Drop down. Oh. Yeah. Cross. Coming back to me. There we go. Cooking on gas. Oh, God. Now, this is one of those ones that is famous. Eugene's Lair. Not only because of the character Eugene, based on Eugene Lacey, but it's also one of those ones with the timings. was stupid of me. It was always, I think, when it was coming down. So I should have, think, have gone then. But because you always get caught on one of the lavatories if you don't do it right. Oh. Well, I'm not doing very well now. That was it. This was another bugbear with the Eugene coming back. That's right. That's it. You never really run out of air, so I can waste my time. Oh no, you can't. I forgot. Shit. Gotta die. Look at that. Right. Yeah, that's right. That was silly of me, wasn't it? Of course, he traps you. Okay, we'll have another go. This must be the last one. See, it all sort of comes back to you. And it is really just a pixel sort of like perfect little jumper that I've never really felt like my air was going to be the problem in the game. Maybe it's because I never really got that far in it. I think at best I got about, ooh, let's see, level 14, somewhere around there. Because remember, I didn't have a Spectrum. I had to go around friends, and we'd take one turn at a time. And the person that I used to go around to see, well, it was his game, so of course he got much further all the time. So I had to wait around and wait around. Then when it was my go and he died early, you know, he'd have another long go, you know, and it got a bit boring for me. Yeah. And I'll tell you what, it's really good level design. Now, many clones. Commodore 64's closest clone, I would have said, was Blagger. But, you know, I think every machine has had some type of platform game that's similar to this. And Blagger was just rock hard as well. I'm trying to remember. already. I've only just been here. Oh, stupid me. I did it right, but sort of wrong. Get that. Oh, damn. I let go of the key. That's stupid mistakes. So you sort of like jump from the middle there, you see. One life, no chance. Ugh. Yeah, you little sod. This one was always tricky. Oh, bollocks. Well, it would have been tricky. But anyway, got past Eugene's lair. Not bad for 3 goes. Did I have 3 goes? I think I could have got to probably Kong, the next one, a little bit further on. And I think we'll just wind it up there. We will go to the camera. And there we are. I think anybody that can see from there, it looks simplistic now, but it's actually sort of like a pinpoint accurate jumping game. And a memory game. Even then I was trying to talk and my memory was going. Trying to remember, do I drop here? Do I jump halfway here? Do they meet in the middle? Does that go halfway down? Etc, etc, etc. And with 20 screens, I think you know there's so much that you can sort of like remember, and the rest is your gameplay, the way that you play it. There's only so many ways that you traverse the screen. The follow-up, Jet Set Willy, totally different matter. Jet Set Willy, I thought was a technical, huge achievement, and from my point of view, a less fun game. By all means, look up Jet Set Willy. It's a massive spans of a game at a time where there was not that many screens that you'd get in a small amount of of memory on a computer. So it really was great from that point of view. But from my point of view, the fun element wasn't there. But we're talking about Manic Miner, and it really is. It's got its classic status, even though he based it on Matthew Smith. That is Miner 2049er. It's its own game in its own right. I'll always think of it like that. And with that, it's a definite thumbs up. It's one that I think everybody should have a go at, have a little play at. We got to just over 20 minutes, so I'm really glad that I got the time in. Bit disappointed that I made some stupid cocky mistakes. I was playing it with keyboard, but that I think is the way to play. And with that, please, I hope this has encouraged you to go out and sort of try some of these older games. There's some corkers and crackers out there. You don't have to keep playing a.k.a. titles and on the most up-to-date console. This, I think, probably just proves that. And with that, I'm going to say salute, and here's rolling on to the next one. My next friend. I wonder what he's going to choose. Is he going to choose is he going to choose a really good game for me? Hope so. Till the next one. Bye-bye.